Hi there, folks. My name's Tom. You're watching High Rant District. I'm going to do a little throwdown, a comparison between two albums I've been spinning lately, and then pick which one I prefer. First up, we have the new Music Matters release of Lee Morgan's album, Search for the New Land. And I'm going to compare that to RR Records release from 2002. This is Four-Way Anal Touchfight. The album is called Heritage. So we got Lee Morgan versus Four-Way Anal Touchfight. Which is better? All right, so let's take a look at Lee Morgan, Search for the New Land. This is, I guess we call this hard bop. And it's Lee Morgan. And it's also got Wayne Shorter, Grant Green, Herbie Hancock, Reginald Workman, and Billy Higgins. This is a gatefold album. It's a lovely gatefold. As with all Music Matters jazz blue notes, as far as I can tell, you got the one big picture and the four smaller ones on the inside with the black and white photos to show that it's authentic. And then you got, some really cool liner notes on the back. This is kind of the follow-up. It's released as a follow-up anyway to Sidewinder, which is considered a classic by Lee Morgan. This was, I'm pretty sure, recorded before Sidewinder, and maybe because Sidewinder did well, this was released afterwards. And my understanding is that this is far more experimental than Sidewinder. To the uneducated jazz ear, which is mine, it's kind of a bunch of guys just, playing music that sounds phenomenal on this Music Matters pressing. But it doesn't, I've listened to a few jazz albums prior to this within the same 24-hour period, and to the untrained ear, which is mine, it's hard to differentiate. Then you kind of move over to Four-Way Anal Touchfight. It's I believe it's a compilation. If you look on the back, you'll see that it's the copyright dates are 1995, 2001, and 2002. Of course, the band began in 1993. A Danish band. They've played most famously, I believe, in a dumpster in a small town in Denmark. Songs. Take a look at some of these songs. You got Manifesto, Fight, Power Fingers, Space Ass, Leather Chest, Flying Saucer Pilot. I'm skipping around here. Viking Horn. I think that starts off the second side. Hypothermic Dream State, Man, Woman, Child, Beast. It's if you think it's a little hip hopish. Got some metal in there. There's a little bit of it that sounds like Rage Against the Machine. Like there's some really strong wailing guitars, but it's also kind of a little spacey, Viking-ish. They talk about Vikings and horns, and it's also kind of space travel-ish, which is kind of a cool combination. So, as far as being experimental, this is experimental. The Lee Morgan album is experimental for jazz, which means I think it's maybe like holding the notes a little bit longer. You're kind of asking a non-jazz person to describe this, but it's very despite what I read that says it's experimental, this is actually experimental and much more adventurous. I dig the concept of space travel and the lore and the mythology of Vikings. And any band that would play at dumpsters is all right by me. This came on. Let's look at the label. It came on red vinyl. This version of Heritage is a limited edition. And you can see it right here. It says limited edition. It's clearly authentic. It says it's number 5 out of 200. And that's written in pencil, which shows an extreme level of trust to the end user And I don't think you really get any more authentic than that. Colored vinyl, 4-watt, 4 WAT is kind of the abbreviation that you'll, if you're doing some searching on them, you'll find a little bit more information there. The Lee Morgan album is a reproduction of the Blue Note label. It's on 180 gram vinyl. Lee Morgan, this Lee Morgan album ran, it's $39.95. It was 2 albums that came together. So the shipping, the percentage of shipping that went to this, let's call it $3.25. So let's say it's $43 for this. And 4-way anal touch fight, sealed, was $15. And you know, when it comes down to it, you know, between Search for the New Land, between Lee Morgan and Heritage by 4-way anal touch fight, 4-way anal touch fight just destroys Lee Morgan, you know, all day, every day. Far more adventurous, far more thoughtful, and open and hopeful and interplanetary.